Hello there, today we're going to be looking at Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution, which I've been playing on the PS3. Now this is an exciting, if potentially controversial release for just that reason. Do console gamers really want to play long turn-based strategy games? And do Civilization fans want their beloved and complex series simplified for console? Well, I for one certainly hope that they do, and that we can all put aside our various snobberies and get behind this one, because Civ Rev is a real gem with a lot to offer. For starters, its kooky and cartoonish animation is gorgeous, but don't let that fool you, this is not simply Civilization for kids. For those unfamiliar with the PC games, you must build a nation and lead it to victory against other civilizations, or civs for short. In Civ Rev, this can be done militarily by capturing all other civs' capital cities, or you can win a technological, economic or cultural victory by meeting specific criteria, such as being the first to launch a space mission to Alpha Centauri, or to accrue 20,000 gold pieces and build the World Bank. You begin by choosing which of the 16 civilizations you want to lead. They all have different advantages and disadvantages, which will appeal to different strategies and help keep your games varied. Then, starting in the ancient era with just a band of settlers, you found a city so you can start farming food and resources to increase your population and build units such as warriors, more settlers or ships, so you can start expanding your empire by founding or conquering more cities. You also need to set research programs which will allow you to develop the technical skills you need to advance as a civ and be able to produce more exciting units and buildings. There are two core aspects to the game: the way you manage your units and the way you manage your resources. Unit management and combat are incredibly intuitive, but resource management requires a little bit more thought. In the Manage City screen, you can choose what to build and also how to bias your city's resources. Do you want to focus on production, food, gold or science, or do you want a balanced output? This decision will be affected by your overall strategy, but also by the strengths of the location of the city and the situation at hand. It's also not as simple as choosing one type of victory and ploughing everything into that area. If you're going for a military victory, then while you'll want high production to give you lots of units, developing technology will also give you access to better weaponry and troops, while gold will let you build roads so you can move your troops between cities for a single move. And on the flip side, even if you're following a really peaceful strategy, you'll need to defend yourself against other civs. Although, to be honest, this incarnation does seem to have a slight bias towards the military approach. And even though the game has been cut down from the PC versions, then there's still a lot of things to play around with besides combat. You've got diplomacy, spies, trade, and a variety of wonders, antiquities and great persons, which all give you different bonuses to different areas of your government. In general, it's pretty easy to negotiate the controls, which use the right stick for looking around and selecting, and the left for movement, with the city management and diplomacy screens quickly accessible on the buttons. Although perhaps a few overview screens like a 2D map or a list of units might also have helped, as scrolling through the units on the D-pad can get really cumbersome. The tutorial, available in the Chieftain mode, is simple and comprehensive, and you also have access to a detailed Civilopedia, which is a fantastic resource for those who want to go deeper, but not necessary to use for figuring out the basics. There was only one instance when I was told to do something, speak to the scientific advisor about what to research, and then not told how to find the appropriate menu. Press select. Although it was a turn-based game without time limits, you can take your time working out what you want to do. The game itself progresses at a pretty decent pace, with each turn representing 100 years, and it'll probably take about 2 to 4 hours to complete a game. And in the multiplayer, there's a fantastic innovation where you can drop in and out of a game and the AI will take over from you in your absence if you can't commit to a whole session. In short, I'm really pleased with this. Not only does it bring a new type of game to console gamers, but it does so not by trying to recreate the PC version, but by successfully reimagining Civilization in a way that's suitable for the console platforms. Now, it will be a bit long and involved for some, but the streamlining and optional tutorials do make it incredibly accessible for those willing to give it a go. This is a great game for introducing the genre to those who are curious but intimidated by the size and complexity of the PC versions, but it's also very enjoyable in its own right. And even for hardcore strategists, the speed and pace of this game will make it an attractive addition for when you want to be able to play something through in a few hours, or for playing with friends or the kids. 4 stars.